So this is my Wondermill. It is a grain mill. I use extra fine grind brown rice flour, hands down, more than any other flour. And in 2020, with all the food shortage stuff, I couldn't get it. I normally bought it from Authentic Foods. Then I realized Anthony's had it, but they stopped having it. And so my husband and I discussed it. I went hunting to see what grain mills could do an extra fine, super fine grind. And hands down, people recommended the Wondermill. And we've had it for a few years now, and we love it. I can make whatever I want. I can make it organic, which I do. It is loud. I do wear earplugs when I do it. But yeah, and I do a big batch of the brown rice flour because I go through it and I don't like to be doing it all the time. So I'm going to make that right now. I will mute the grinding part because it is so loud. So I wanted to show you what I end up with. I did 4 bags of the Lundberg rice, that size bag. My container on the mill will hold 2 of those bags, so I have to empty it out and do it again in order to do 4, but that's what I typically like to do. And that will give me 2 of these are measured out at 9 cups. And I store them in the freezer. And when I make my mix that I use for, cakes, cookies, cupcakes, and all that, the mix I make for that, I take 9 cups and I add in my a little bit of potato starch and tapioca starch. So having this pre-measured like this is just so helpful and amazing. And then I have this much outside of the 2 batches of 9 cups. I have this. This will just go in any other recipe calling for brown rice flour, and it's also what I use to feed my sourdough starter. And when I did my last batch like this of the 2 9 cups and the extra, I now have just this left of the extra. So it is a really good amount for me. It kind of works well I'll go through both of these and I'll have a little bit of this left over by the time I make a whole new batch. And yes, I have my sourdough starter over here waiting. I have a doctor appointment I'm leaving for. This jar I just sterilized in the oven. It's cooling down. When I come home, I will feed it and then I will move it into the new clean jar.